Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. The camera looks fine right now, but let me turn the lighting on. It probably is too bright. What's going on? Camera? There we go. That's more clear. It's been a while. Ultraseven reviews. We've not done it in over a month now. Basically, the reason was, if you didn't know already, I moved home. I moved home at the end of July. I've lived in the same home for almost 28 years, a long time. But we had to move out because they were decommissioning it. They were knocking it down. So we had to move out to a new place. And there's a brand new flat, like newly built as well. So it's really nice. It's really, really nice. But it's a very big mess at the moment. We basically not bought anything. We haven't bought any cupboards, anything like that. So everything we brought over here, I got the electronics all set up for YouTube, got my TV upstairs. We bought a new sofa. The sofa arrived last week, even though we moved in last month. We got, apart from that, like there's no place to sit down except this chair and a couple camping chairs here and there. So most of the stuff that we brought from my old flat is in like either boxes or suitcases. Like the boxes that they came from, like the boxes we packed them into to bring them here. And also suitcases. Like all of our stuff, clothes especially, are just crammed into suitcases and boxes, just scattered all over our flat because there's nowhere to put them. But we have made some orders. We made some specific orders. So we're getting new cupboards and stuff in October. We've got no curtains yet. We're going to sort that out probably by October as well. It's probably going to get blinds. We got a sofa, so that's one thing checked off, but there's a lot of things to check off. So our flat, even though it's brand new and it's amazing, it looks great, it's not finished at all. So this room's going to look like a whole big mess until we sort things out. But I'm planning on putting a new setup upstairs as well for reviews like this. I got like a little space, a little corner. I'm going to put my movie collection, and I think I'm going to record some reviews over there standing up. I think it's going to be a good vibe instead of recording everything in this room, because obviously I don't need the computer to do my review. I just need my phone. I can watch it on my computer, put my notes down, then go and record it somewhere else. So I can also do that. But yeah, the reason why we've not done these reviews is I moved, I've been busy, and I've had a lot of videos to record for all my channels. And unfortunately, I've not had time for everything. And Ultraseven has been one of the things I've not had time for. Even like Movie Monday, I wanted to be 9 weeks ahead of Movie Monday because I recorded 9 movie reactions early. I couldn't do that. I'm only 3 ahead, and it's going to be 2 ahead very soon. I'm just like, oh no, I forgot Movie Monday for about 6 weeks. What have I done? So there's that as well. I'm behind on a lot of things at the moment. And this is one of them, of course. So yeah, I have time now. And today I watched episodes 13, 14 and 15. The other 2 episodes, the 2-parter, will be in our review. So expect 2 reviews this week. This one is episode 13. So without further ado, you're here for the review. So let's get started. 3 minutes and 40 seconds in. Classic Davidoff. Episode 13 is called The Man Who Came from V3. So a spacecraft invades Earth at 12:06 a.m. I don't know why I wrote that down, but I wrote it down. It's shot down by the way, a lot of my mind was on episode 14 and 15 because I really enjoyed those. So I especially need my notes right now to remember everything that happened. But this spacecraft shoots some jets down. There's a Captain Kurata who's in charge of the squadron in space, and he's a friend of Kiriyama. So they've been friends from young, and they're very close friends. And this episode has a reunion, a big personal reunion. So Kurata loses his entire squad. The UFO shoots down everybody, kills everybody. All of his men are dead. And Kiriyama's down on the ground because they're separated, even though they're friends. Kurata, his duty's in space, and Kiriyama's on the ground. Kiriyama hears about the attack, and he thinks his friend is dead, but he's not. And then they reunite at the start of the episode. But this episode is very much revolved around their friendship. Like that seems to be the main plot line beyond an extra alien invading yet again. So the UFO secretly lands on Earth, and then when they find out about it through Kurata, who obviously lands and warns them about it, Magi and Furuhashi, they go to the UFO and they get kidnapped. and the aliens make clones of Amagi and Furuhashi. And these clones are sent to steal fuel from the TDF. They're basically told, oh, just go to the TDF, get fuel and come back. But because they're talking so robotic, and because literally they're clones, they're not like the real Furuhashi and Amagi, the team finds out pretty quickly who they are. Finds out that, no, the aliens sent these because of Dan, obviously. Dan is the one who was suspicious. He went to investigate and he shot them both. And it was revealed they were aliens. And Kurata was watching as well. So Kurata was actually watching Dan chase him down. So I was just like, well, it's a good thing Dan didn't transform. Because that would have been a crazy way for someone to find out. Especially when it's the captain's friend. Who's not even on the team. He's on a separate department. But then comes the conflict. So you get the two friends, Kiriyama and Kurata. So they have different solutions to taking these aliens down. Kiriyama's priority is saving his men, so he offers fuel to the aliens so he can get his men free. That's his priority. It will let the aliens get away, but at least he gets his men back. But Kurata's like, no, I want my revenge. We need to shoot them down. And if they get away, it could be a lot more than 2 lives. So there's a conflict here because one wants revenge and the other one is just like, they've got 2 of my men. I need to save them. No, but we need revenge. So they have this sort of heated argument here. And I'm just like, oh no, is this going to escalate into something? Thankfully, they both have found a common ground later on. And they both had... I wouldn't say that they were both right. I wouldn't say they should have just shot the spacecraft. But they both... How do I put it? Like, Kurata, even though his solution wasn't right, he was kind of right about the aliens' nature. Like, they were never going to release the 2 hostages willingly. They were always planning on something more sinister. And that kind of showed later on because the Captain Kiriyama, he flies there himself to hand over the fuel. And then they start shooting him. They tell him to land. Land will give your men back. They start shooting him. And thankfully for him, Captain Kurata is also in his own Ultra Hawk. And he comes and saves Kiriyama. So Kiriyama starts to get shot at, and Kurata arrives just on time, perfect timing, to shoot the UFO. At this point, I was just like, wait a second, but they're still in the UFO. I was just like, okay, you got to save Kiriyama, but like, there's still people in the UFO. Thankfully, Dan, here to save the day, he goes human size Ultraseven. Goes inside the UFO and saves the 2 hostages, and then you get the emergence of the kaiju, of the monster of this episode, Alien Iros. That's how it's spelled on Ultra Wiki. They didn't mention the kaiju's name in the episode unless I forgot it, but it emerged and it looked a bit familiar, but I also don't recognize it that much. I recognize the design a little bit, but also not really. I'm just like, have I seen this thing before? Because I remember there was a few things in Mega Monster Battle that I was just like, I never seen this thing before, and I was just like, and someone told me in the comments, no, actually you have seen this before in this episode of this show. I'm just like, okay, maybe I've seen this thing before as well, I just don't remember. But it does look a little bit familiar with the head. This monster gave me 2 different perspectives. When I first saw it, I was just like, this thing is scary. It looks really scary. I like the design. The design is really cool. And the roar is terrifying. It's like a horror movie. If you close your eyes and you hear that roar, yeah, that's scary. that monster sounded scary and looked scary. And then the camera pans out. The camera zooms out and you see the thing's full body and you see it moving. And then it becomes not as scary. It just looks funny. Because I'm just like, first of all, I was just like, why is he so short? That was my first instinct on that scene. And then I was just like, okay, go close up again. Because he looks scarier close up. When they zoom out, you see his full body. I'm just like, that does not look intimidating. not at all. Not just because he's short, but because he moves funny. I'm just like, he looked bigger than that at first. That was my perspective. It's still a good design. He still looks scary, but only from certain angles, mainly angles that are zoomed in and don't show his legs. Those are the best angles. But I thought that monster was pretty cool looking though. Really cool design. 7 enlarges fights. Normally I complain because there's like a 30-second fight normally with Ultraseven. This was more like, I think 3 minutes. This felt more like a fight scene. It felt more like that's still short, but it felt good. It felt like an actual good fight scene that was a bit lengthy. I was just like, yes, I appreciate this, and it was a fun fight. It was a really fun fight to watch. And then 7 hits his beam and destroys it. And then the 2 captains, they work together against the UFO. They're doing this at the same time. So 7 is fighting the kaiju, and the 2 captains are going after the UFO. The way they take down the UFO is really cool. They did like a really cool maneuver. I don't know if it's possible in real life, but it was obviously possible in a fictional TV show. They both like nosedive their planes like this. They nosedive the Ultrahawks like this together. And they shoot down at the UFO to destroy it. I was just like, that's really awesome. I really enjoyed watching that scene. That was a really cool way to do that. And it was also because they're friends as well. They were just there together as good friends, as longtime friends, destroying the common enemy, riding together, flying together one last time. I thought that was a really cool scene. Like this episode was a lot about their friendship between the 2 captains. And for them to work together to do that after the argument they had earlier as well, I think was awesome. That was an awesome scene. Although it kind of made me sad later on because, well, not later on, but like a few seconds later, Captain Karata obviously lost all his men at the start of the episode. So he's still a bit, he's not completely happy, of course, because of what happened to his crew. This quote made me feel bad again. I'm just like, oh, I just enjoyed this episode. It was a nice, fun episode with a fun fight scene. And then Karata says, I wish my men could have seen that. And I'm just like, damn. Now I'm sad again. I mean, episode 14 and 15 cheered me up, but I was just like, at that moment, I was just like, that's a sour way to end the episode, especially considering they separated again because obviously they work different departments. Karata's off on a mission again, up in space again. And they're on the radio talking to each other. Kiriyama and I forgot his name. I've been saying his name like 25 times in this. Kiriyama and Karata are talking through satellite, and they're saying their goodbyes to each other. Basically, I think Karata said, I don't think we'll see each other again, mate. He didn't say mates, but I just added that in myself. And I was just like, that's really sad. Not only did he say that line of losing his men, now he's saying he's not seeing his best friend ever again. I was just like, that's not a nice way to end the episode. An episode about friendship, and it ends with the 2 friends separating for the rest of their lives. It's too sad. It's too sad. But I really enjoyed that, I really enjoyed that. Even like if you take away the Ultraman fight, that was still a really good episode. It didn't even need Ultraman in this episode. Like it was that good. The storytelling was that good. So yeah, and the added Ultraman and kaiju action added to it because we actually got a really good fight scene as well, like a really long fight scene. But if you took the Ultraman side of it out, it's still a very good story that I really enjoyed. So yeah, a really good episode. I really enjoyed this one. This was really fun. Well, my only negative really was the kaiju, because I was just like, this thing looks terrifying and it sounds terrifying, and it still sounds terrifying. That didn't change. But I looked at it, I was just like, this thing is scary. And then it zoomed out. I'm just like, is that what it looks like? It only looks scary from the top half. The bottom half makes it look like some sort of funny comedy relief thing. But yeah, it was a good fight scene as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, tell me more about this episode. Obviously, I know some of you like to add a lot of info to the episodes I watch. I do appreciate it. I do read all of it, just so you know. I don't reply to all of it, but I do read all of it. So keep sending those comments because I'm always open to learning about this. I also looked at my list right before I go. Actually, I looked at my list. I made a list of shows I'm going to react to and review. There's only 4 reaction ones left, which I didn't realize, not including Ginga. So I watched Ginga already, and you're going to see reactions. I mean, you've seen one already, I think, before this review. But Ginga S is next. I got to start that. There's another thing I've not had time for. I should be like 4 episodes in by now, according to my own schedule. Ginga S, Jeed, RB, and Tiger. Because we've already seen Orb Origins, and X. And we've seen everything after Z and Z. And so everything from Ginga S to Tiger, that's what we've not seen yet, apart from Orb and X. And then that'll be it for like reviews. I plan to review Return of Ultraman, and I've been recommended to watch at least some of that before watching Tiger, I believe. Then Ace, Taro, Leo, The Ultraman, Ultraman 80. The Adventure Begins, Towards the Future. I believe those are the American and the Australian ones, right? The Ultimate Hero and Neos. I believe that's all of them. And after that, I may have watched every show, but that doesn't include the movies. So any of these shows that have movies, I'll also watch those on top. So like Ginga S has a movie, I believe. So that'll be like a movie Monday reaction as well. So that's in the plans. That's in the plans. But yeah, I'm gonna go review episodes 14 and 15 now before I go to bed, because I got work tomorrow. I like the vibe of recording late at night, and that's just kind of my life now, because I work a twilight shift. So when I go into work, it's daytime, but it's late in the afternoon. It's going to be dark not too long after. When I leave work, it's completely dark. And then I get home like after midnight as well. So it's just a weird life for me. Because I come home after midnight and it's like, oh, most people are sleeping. But me, I just finished work. And now I'm on YouTube. And then I sleep at like 4 in the morning. And I wake up in the afternoon. And I still had 8 hours sleep. I'm just like, so this is life. I'm only living life on my days off, basically. But I enjoy this. This is a good way to relax after a day of work. Because my work is very physical. I walk all day. I don't sit down apart from... I sit down at break time. I sit down. But every other minutes I'm on my feet, so it's good to sit. It's good to get back, sit on this nice comfortable chair and watch some things. It's a good relaxing way to do things. So I'm very excited. Hopefully I can do 5 episode reviews soon. Hopefully, I'm hoping to anyway. But for now, episode 14 and 15 coming up. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good